Have you ever wondered, how do I get my business to sound like me? Or why does it seem that some businesses stand out, get remembered, where others blend in? If so, this lesson is for you. Hi, I'm Trina from Get Around Town Marketing. Today, we are going to simplify branding by focusing on one specific area, which is your brand voice. By the end of this lesson, you will understand what brand voice is and how to begin finding your own with confidence. Today's concept is simple. Your brand voice is how your business sounds, feels, and connects with people. I'm going to repeat that. Your brand voice is how your business sounds, feels, and connects with people. Usually, as a new entrepreneur, we would think, and this is me speaking on how I thought when I started my entrepreneurship journey, which was about 5 years ago. So it's been about 5 years ago, going on six. And I thought that after I had gotten all of my normal things in order, such as my LLC, sales tax license, EIN, home business license, all of the things, once I got all of that in place, that my next step was to get my logo and to figure out the colors that would represent my business. Now, as far as branding, I wasn't really thinking about branding per se. I was more familiar with marketing, hearing the marketing term versus branding. And I don't want to say that I didn't hear about branding, but I don't think I was really focused on it and really thought that that was for me at where I was at the time and the stage I was as far as starting a business. So I needed to get some help with my website. So I want to say that I stumbled into branding because I needed help, and I started to work with a company who connected me with a brand strategist. So I had the opportunity to work with someone one on one who introduced me to branding. And then I started to learn more about it and really start to recognize when I hear branding, then I wanted to, learn more about what was going on. So, yes, getting a logo and having colors is important, and those things do matter. However, branding is more of the communication piece. It's how you're going to communicate with your business, and it will be done in a consistent manner once you get to that point and start realizing what your brand voice is, your brand personality, all of that amazing stuff in regards to branding. But your brand voice and branding is where everything begins, because again, it's how you communicate with people, with your customers, and with your clients. So yes, your brand voice is how your business sounds, feels, and connects with people. Why does your brand voice matter? Well, I will say it matters because people don't build relationships with logos. People build relationships with people. And it is your brand voice that matters. And your brand voice is um, communicating to the people who you are, what you believe, how you help, and how do they feel when they interact with your business. Um, Healthy businesses, and that's what you are working to build, is a healthy business which creates consistency. And consistency will look different for everyone. So, for where you are right now, create a consistent schedule. And consistent can be for someone writing a blog once a week, or it can be writing a blog once a month. Do you have to post every day? Absolutely not. You can post 2 to 3 times a week, but if at the moment for where you are, you're only able to post once a week, then do that. And you can gradually build over time as you begin to get more comfortable, get more consistent. Then you can add on another day. But for right now, as a new entrepreneur or as an early stage entrepreneur, you may be overwhelmed. So just start off simple, and build over time. But the more consistent your voice becomes, then it will become easier for people to trust your business. Imagine walking into a coffee shop. You can be buying coffee, tea, Danish, whatever. You walk into a coffee shop. So just imagine walking into two different coffee shops. The first coffee shop you walk into, they don't make eye contact. They don't acknowledge that you walked in. And um, at some point, they eventually will ask how they may help you. The second coffee shop you walk into, as soon as you walk into the door, they greet you, they say hello, they let you know that they will be with you in a moment. In the meantime, you can take a look at the menu and they'll be with you shortly. Of those two visits, of those two different coffee shops, what was the communication like and how did those businesses make you feel? Number one, didn't make you feel too good. They definitely didn't make you feel welcome. Um, they weren't friendly. They were short, and they pretty much conveyed that they really only care about getting your money. And coffee shop number two, they immediately acknowledge you. So they were very welcoming. They were friendly. They were attentive because they noticed when you walked in and they acknowledged you walking in. And they also let you know that you can review the menu and that they will be with you momentarily. So that is an experience of brand voice between two different coffee shops, and your business will work the same way. So, brand voice is important, and it is a um, main way that your business communicates. Now, those two coffee shops, they both provide coffee. However, they both provided different experiences. This will work and apply to your business the same way. Now, you can have your business where you're selling your product, and then there's another business selling the exact same product, not the exact same, but selling the same product, like in the coffee scenario. And a customer can have a different experience with you as well as a different experience with the other business. Now, your brand voice is going to determine which customer has the better experience. And this isn't being said as to say in a competition way, but you want your customer and client to have a great experience with your business so that they will come back and so that they will tell others about the amazing experience that they had with you. And that's how you can also get referrals. So, you can apply your brand voice, as I mentioned previously, across your platforms. So, Your brand voice will appear everywhere. So as I mentioned, I'm going to refer back to my list because I added some additional pieces to this. So I've mentioned previously that your brand voice will appear within your website. I have emails, your presentations, social media, your videos, and your customer service. So, um, you're not trying to be perfect. You're trying to be your own unique self. Your business has its own unique identity. It has its own unique brand voice. And that is what you want to show to your customers and to your clients. That your brand voice is speaking to how your business sounds, feels, and connects with people. Now it is your turn. This week's simple action step. So I have 4 statements that I want you to complete. So I will give you the beginning of the sentence and then you will fill in the blank based on your business. So be sure to write these down, or you can always revisit this video to write down the questions or the statements. So number 1, my business believes. Number 2, my business helps. Number 3, when people leave my business. And number 4, I want them to feel. Now, these do not need to be perfect, and you just need to be honest. And remember that the answers to these statements, to these sentences, are the beginning of you creating your brand voice. Now, I have a reflection question for you to ask yourself. If someone were to experience my business today, would they describe it the way that I hope they would? Now, take a few minutes to think about that this week, but I will tell you that the answer to that question will tell you more about your brand than your logo ever could. Be sure to download today's worksheet, Finding Your Brand Voice. It will help you to continue learning through today's lesson, because learning doesn't stop because the video ends. I hope today's lesson helped to simplify branding for you. I'd love for you to subscribe to this channel and share this lesson with another new or early stage entrepreneur. Thank you so much for joining me for another Business Made Simple lesson. Until next time, keep learning, keep implementing, and keep growing. And as always, mind your business, and I will talk to you soon. See ya!